Next question, please. Going once? Going twice? Sorry, Tim, you already had it. Kick at the can. That's great. We're done the Q&A part of the night. Let's give the candidates a chance to wrap up, and then we'll be on our way. So, Donna, we're going to start with you this time, and we'll give you 1 minute. If you can summarize your views, tell people what you think are perhaps some of the more compelling issues on your platform, and please identify how you think that these people out here and your public can best work with you as well.
Tall order, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take the opportunity. I'm scrapping what I was going to say originally. I want to talk about the local Board of Health and the accomplishments that we gained during that process. It had a very profound impact. We were on the front page of the Globe and Mail, made national news. We were heard across the country, and our actions resonated with local governments that face the same issue in this province of trying to protect the drinking water they are charged with delivering to their constituents. And although we have not achieved control of our watershed at this moment, and although we may have lost the battle against Western Forest Products in that particular case, the war ain't over yet, folks, and we are still working on this topic. The provincial government took notice. As Barry said, we actually had an audience with the Premier and several ministers on this topic. The province has responded with the creation of a drinking water team to look at watersheds and how they should be handled, and we participate in one of those teams. This Living Water Smart initiative was a direct result of the action that we took in the watershed last summer. So I think it was a success, and don't let anybody tell you different.
Thank you, Donna. I have to echo everything Donna said about the local Board of Health. What we gave up in losing a small battle will go a long way to winning the war of the shame that senior governments have about forcing industry and senior bureaucratic decisions on the local government that has to protect water. On the issue of clean air, I too gave a grant and aid to distribute the clean air pamphlets in Elphinstone. So my record is straightforward. There's nothing that wavers in me about being a tireless fighter for the protection of our water, and you can count on me to continue that. That's all I have to say.
We're fortunate we have the press here. I'll make a statement to this audience. I do not support the falling of old growth trees in our watershed, whether it be by the SCRD or a logging company. That is the essence of a level playing field.
What about second growth?
And you've got the SCRD talking about best practices. Go up and look at the work they're doing at Dakota Ridge. Donna talks about watersheds that people use that are not the Chapman. The SCRD has taken 20 to 25 loads of logs out of there, put culverts in, and put water onto private property. They have not used best practices. Go and look. The 3 largest oil spills I've ever seen on a logging road were there. We need to do this in a better manner and be fair to all the players and not point fingers in one direction.
Thank you. I thank you for listening. I thank you for participating. And I thank everybody for the organization of tonight. Trying to summarize these very complex questions and our brief answers is an unreasonable task in 60 seconds. However, I would ask that you would look at my record, our record, because it is superlative. It is exemplary. What we have accomplished in 9 years in the town of Gibsons is something we should all be extremely proud of. And I have been fortunate enough to champion on behalf of our great community. We will deal effectively with the effects of climate change. We will protect our sources of drinking water. We will find innovative ways to provide energy for our community. And we will more effectively move folks around. Please consult my answers on the SCCA website and my own website, which is here. We have the best community on this planet. Now let's make this best place even better. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being here this evening. I'd like to speak to the points that I feel are really important. And as Mayor of Gibsons, I will work with council, staff, and all the citizens of Gibsons to achieve environmentally important goals. And this will be directed by smart growth principles. I will make it my personal goal to address environmental concerns by working to engage the total community. Climate change can be combated at the local level by education that leads to changes in habits and personal choices. The town can provide leadership in this area by sponsoring programs and providing incentives to local residents and business. Water is our most precious resource. I will work with council to protect that resource and find ways to make the best use of our limited supply. Finally, I believe in achieving coast-wide goals, be it environmental, social, economic, or other, by building relationships with other governments on the Sunshine Coast so that we can speak from a position of strength when dealing with senior levels of government. Thank you for allowing me to be here this evening.
Being a director for the SCRD means being a team player at the same time as advocating for your own area taxpayers. We need to encourage new business to locate here. We need business with a light footprint so that we have a diverse, sustainable economy. I'm proud of my role in the local Board of Health, and I intend to continue my commitment to deliver clean drinking water to the residents. I think the province is wrong. I think they're wrong. They should not give the flow of timber a higher priority than protecting drinking water. And I'm committed to that principle and will stand to do whatever I can to change the mind of the provincial government on that point. I've been looking for grant funding for a bicycle walking path, and looking for creative ways of getting some of that done, a walking path from Ferry to Gibsons. We're going to now replace some water lines in Granthams, and we'll build a path on top of it. We still have lots to do, and I want to thank all the people who volunteer their time toward making the Sunshine Coast more sustainable, especially the efforts of the SCCA and all those volunteer groups who are working towards sustainability through local control over our environment. Thanks very much for your support during this term.